third graders. Today we are drawing a donut, and I love donuts. I actually, when I was 15, 16, I worked at a donut store on Balboa Island. It's called Dad's Donuts. Maybe you've heard of it. So donuts kind of hold a special place in my heart for me. So we're gonna draw a donut. I've got a pencil and I got some colored pencils, but you can use markers, you can use crayons. We're gonna draw it, we're gonna color it, and then you're gonna get to write about it. So to start with our donut, we wanna make sure that we start with kind of an oval shape, okay? That's gonna be the center or the main part of our donut. But we're drawing this donut kind of 3D, okay? Now on the inside, I'm gonna draw another oval, okay? And that's the donut hole. But then right here, I'm gonna draw a line like that. And that's to just make it look a little 3D. Remember, we're using pencils, so you can like write over it or erase. Okay, next, so we did the big circle, the smaller circle, and then the half circle. Now we're gonna come kind of over here on the side, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow it along like that. So again, if you mess up, no big deal, just kind of go over it. It's almost like a sketch, because when we put the color over it, you're not gonna be able to see all that. You can like erase some lines if you want. Okay. Next, we're gonna draw some of the frosting. So for the frosting, it kind of like oozes off the side, right? But not perfectly. So I just kind of went like that. And we're gonna make that line right there disappear. I'm gonna erase mine a little bit, but if you don't wanna erase it, especially if you're using markers, you don't have to. Or if you just wanna color over it when the time comes, that's fine too. But there we go. Okay, next, we need to put some frosting on the inside that's oozing down. Okay, so right there. I just did a little bit of frosting that's oozing in through the middle of the donut. And that gives it that 3D look, okay? And we can kind of erase that top line as well. Okay, or, you know, it doesn't have to be erased completely because there's like definitely, you know, some dimension there, but it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, now we want to add some sprinkles. And when you add sprinkles, you can either just draw the lines if you'd prefer, but sprinkles are kind of thick, so I kind of like to draw them a little bit thicker. But I'm actually gonna wait for the sprinkles until I've colored my frosting because, you know, I don't wanna have to do it twice. So now we can grab our colored pencils, our markers, our crayons. I think I'm going to make this like a vanilla cake donut. You can do chocolate. Sometimes they dye, like with food dye, they dye the cake part and they make them different colors. Sorry, I realize that my coloring is probably shaking the camera. Okay, so I'm just like lightly shading and going right up into the frosting. It's okay if you go over a little bit. And I'm going kind of quickly because you probably don't want to watch me the entire time. Okay, so let's see. I now need to color in that part because that is cake right there. Okay, now what color frosting am I gonna do? I am gonna do a hot pink. So what I like to do is I like to trace it, outline it, and then shade it in. Okay, I'm going to turn on some music and go ahead and color. All right, when you are finished, an artist always signs their work. So you can try to write your name in cursive if you want, or you can just write print, but you definitely need to sign your work. All right, thanks for joining me.